Hey there, thanks for listening and welcome to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you're looking to grow your business, increase your revenue, and scale your impact, all while staying true to who you are and the people you serve, this is the show for you. I'm Jennifer Tamborski, digital marketing strategist, fractional CMO, and founder of Virtual Marketing Experts. My team and I work with 6- and 7-figure coaches, consultants, and online entrepreneurs who are tired of playing the guru game of one-size-fits-all marketing. They're ready to create a business and marketing strategy that actually builds relationships with their ideal clients, creates massive shifts in their business, and rapidly increases their revenue. As your marketing matchmaker, I'm going to help you find the perfect marketing match for you. This show will teach you how to reach your ideal client, connect with your audience, build that perfect relationship, and generate more revenue. All through a process I like to call dating your ideal client. Now let's go have some fun. Hey there, welcome back to Marketing Matchmaker. I hope you are having an amazing holiday season. This, my friends, is my last episode for 2021, which kind of crazy, honestly. This year has flown by so far. And I have, as of this episode, I've been doing these podcasts for about 8 months now. It's definitely been a learning experience and one that I've enjoyed a lot. One of my biggest obstacles has been determining what to chat with you about each episode. I am a big proponent of asking your audience what it is they want. I tell my clients that all the time. If you want to know what your ideal client wants or needs, ask them, talk to them. So that is exactly what I'm doing today in this part of the episode. I would love for you to head over to yourmarketingmatchmaker.com and click on the button that says your questions. Let me know what it is you want to hear about marketing in the coming year, and I will make sure to do an episode on that topic. So today's episode is part 2 of the marketing myths that are killing your business. If you haven't gotten a chance to listen to the last episode, I'd encourage you to head over and really do give that a listen, because the marketing myths I'm talking about are really detrimental to the overall success of your business. And I want to help you make sure that your 2022, or if this is farther in your future, whatever year you're coming up on, is the best year yet. And in order to do that, we're going to make sure to dispel these myths so that you can create success in the next year by doing something different. So, marketing myth: email marketing isn't effective anymore. One of the most common marketing myths is that email marketing is dead. This is actually something I've been hearing for really more than a decade now because of the rise of social media and the coming dependence on that. There seems to be a thought that email marketing doesn't work. And the reality is, my friends, is that couldn't be further from the truth. To this day, email marketing is still one of the most effective ways to market your business and to really create those relationships with your target audience. Here's why. When you're marketing just on social media, it means you're relying on that platform to share your message to your audience in a timely manner. You may or may not remember the day or so that Facebook went down this past year. What that meant for people who relied solely on social media is that they were unable to connect with and talk to their audience. And I have to tell you, having a client who was in the middle of the launch when that social media platform went down, whew, that was a big scare for them. Thankfully, they also had email marketing as their other way to communicate with their ideal clients, with their audience. So they were able to still successfully complete their launch. Email marketing is something that you control. And even better, the people who sign up for your email marketing have specifically asked to get more information about you and your services. When done well, it's really a method that can help you nudge your prospects towards that big commitment, where they actually buy from you. Big bonus here also, unless the internet goes down, you pretty much always have access to your audience through email marketing. Whereas when social media platforms go down, like Facebook did a few months ago, you're dead in the water if you're solely relying on Facebook. I know there are hundreds of marketers out there that put a reliance on Facebook. And there are a lot of even coaches and experts that put a huge reliance on social media. And here's what I know. The biggest and best businesses out there rely on email marketing with a social media support. They do not rely solely on social media to connect with their audience because they know they are simply renting space there. So in the next year, let's look at your email marketing game. How are you doing with that? And if it hasn't been something that you have been focusing on this past year, step it up. Take some time to really look at your email marketing in the coming year. Marketing myth. The more types of customers I have to target, the more I'll sell. So that myth may work if you're Walmart or Amazon and you have an unlimited marketing budget. But even for these giants, it's not as effective as it used to be. I mean, let's just take a look at all of the stores that have closed down because they marketed to everyone. The more narrowly your business can target your audience, the better your results will be, and the more customer loyalty you really build. We've all heard the term, the riches are in the niches, and if you haven't, you should, because this is an important concept. There's really a reason that people say this. The more specific you can get about what you do and who you serve, the better your marketing message will be, which brings in more leads, better sales, more revenue. Well, you get the idea here. The fact of the matter is that those business owners who niche down really become specific about what they do and who they serve are more likely to make 2 to 3 times more than those that are trying to do everything and service everyone. There are a lot of times when I ask potential clients who their target market is, and I get responses from things like, well, everyone could do this, or anyone who needs whatever. And I know you've probably heard this if you've been out networking. My favorites are really the chiropractors that say, well, my ideal client is anyone with a spine. Or that skincare provider that you've heard say, hey, it's anyone with skin. The problems with these types of generalizations is that when you're trying to talk to anyone and everyone, no one is actually listening to you. The one thing you want to have more than anything else is a message that cuts through the noise. Let's be honest here. There is competition out there. Everyone has it. And That means that your ideal client needs to be able to hear your message. It needs to speak to them. They need to be able to connect with you and your message directly. Even when we're not talking about competition, there is a ton of noise out there. If we just look at Walmart and Amazon, they are competitors to our clients, ideal clients' attention span. So making sure that you are really clear about your message will really help to clarify that. I was actually talking to a potential client yesterday, I think, about what she's struggling with most. And it came down to really bringing in leads, which is honestly why most people come to me, right? They're struggling with bringing in leads. Her struggle was more about her messaging and getting her ideal audience to really connect with her. You see, she was at a point where she's looking to grow into that next level of business. She's done a lot of business through referrals and word of mouth, and she's looking to really expand her audience. In order to do that, she has to target cold traffic. You know, those people who don't know who you are, they don't know what you do, and quite honestly, they may not even know they have a problem. And in order to target cold traffic and really get them to connect with and convert into your funnel or into a customer for you, you have to be really clear on your messaging and help to get that person who doesn't know who you are to connect quickly. The only way to connect with a cold audience is to have your messaging dialed in. And the best way to do that is to understand that you are the service provider that does that one thing better than anyone else on the planet. It really does help to niche down both in your service as well as in your target market, both of which will allow you to connect with your audience, which helps to bring in those leads, that converts to sales, that converts to more revenue, which I think is everyone's goal. Marketing myth. Pricing is not a part of your marketing. So this myth is, I think, one of the things that hurts business owners a lot. Pricing is an essential part of your marketing strategy. Whether you're pricing your products or services to remain competitive, or you're pricing them to generate an aura of exclusivity, your pricing decisions play an important role in how your services are bought, sold, and promoted. We've all done it, judged a product or service based on the price. I actually have a story about when I was first starting in this business. I had someone tell me that they didn't want to hire me originally because I didn't charge enough. They thought that by me being inexpensive when compared to others in my market, that I didn't actually know what I was doing. So she ended up going to someone else who charged 2 to 3 times more than I did. She spent a year working with them, getting subpar service and subpar results. And then she came back to me. By the way, my prices had gone up by the time she came back to me, but she came back to me and we took her business to $1 million business. This story is really to illustrate that pricing is incredibly important when it comes to your marketing strategy. If you're priced too low, you may look like you don't know what you're doing, or they may not find the value in the product, service, or solution that you provide. Price too high, and you may price yourself out of what the market will bear. Then again, pricing high also provides exclusivity and luxury, which may be what your ideal client needs. There are a lot of ways to go about determining your pricing strategy. I've seen business owners go through a lot of different steps before they actually land on a pricing strategy that works for them and their business. And most importantly, works for their ideal clients. A couple of different options when it comes to pricing strategy are things like competition-based pricing. Really looking at what your competition is charging and figuring out what the market rate is for that. You're able to then figure out what your pricing can be. So competitive pricing works especially well when your business offers something the competition doesn't. There's also hourly pricing or cost-based pricing structures. So this is really exactly what it sounds like, which is basing your pricing versus off of the number of hours you're committing to it. Now, here's the thing in the coaching industry. I see a lot of coaches start off doing this. So they charge $250 an hour or $150 or $500 an hour, whatever that is. And you buy packages of 5, 10, 15 hours of their time. One of the things that I know about this pricing model is that there comes a point where it doesn't work for you anymore, because you're doing a whole lot more than just that 1 hour of service. So it's really more becomes about what value you're giving to your audience. This type of model doesn't really help you to attract new customers if your competition is working on doing it this way rather than focusing on value base. So that hourly rate, trading dollars for hours, only works so long for most business owners. We have dynamic pricing strategies. Now, this is really fun in marketing because what dynamic pricing strategies mean is that you plan your pricing around your marketing. So you can plan for promotions or configure the pricing so that for a launch or a promotion or Black Friday or anything like that. Dynamic pricing strategies really come into play when you're wanting to drop the price or create a new product or service and you're offering some kind of promotion. Planning ahead with this type of pricing can really help you to be more stable in what your pricing will be and also what you're going to be able to bring in for revenue wise. And the last pricing strategy that I wanted to touch base on today is the premium pricing strategy. This, my friends, is where most coaches end up eventually. This is all about providing the value to your audience and charging them for what they're going to get as an end result of working with you, rather than what it cost you, the time it cost you to work with them. So it really gives your product, service, or solution, your program, your group coaching, your one-on-one coaching, your masterminds, whatever it is that you're selling, it gives it that prestige. Having that higher price gives them the feeling that they're exclusive in working with you. Here's the other thing that I know about this pricing. People often will be more committed to something that they pay for. I have a client who I know is very money-based. So when she is not paying premium pricing for something, she doesn't place as much value on it as when she is paying a high price for it. She will do all of the things that someone tells her to do if she's paying enough that it makes it feel kind of silly not to follow their advice. And as a coach, that's something that you kind of want to keep in mind, right? Because there comes a point when the amount of investment that your ideal clients put into working with you can affect the amount of results they get because they don't necessarily put enough value into working with you. So that's always a point to keep in mind when it comes to your premium pricing strategy. Also, when it comes to your marketing and premium pricing, being a high-end coach, you may not need as many clients, but you may actually end up getting more clients as a high-end coach because people do see you as valuable. Marketing myth. Marketing doesn't need to be a priority. This one drives me crazy. As someone who truly believes in marketing and someone who lives and breathes marketing, this myth, yeah, it drives me nuts. There seems to be a belief that if my product, service, or solution is good enough, I don't need to market it. It will sell itself. This in and of itself is a myth. I mean, I've said this before. This isn't the field of dreams. Just because you build it does not mean it will come. I can guarantee you are not Kevin Costner, and you're not going to be bringing in millions of people just because you created something amazing. There are thousands of coaches in the US. Depending on where you look at the stats, there are anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 coaches just in the United States. This means that you have competition out there, and whether or not you want to admit it or recognize it, that competition is affecting how you bring in your clients. Even if you are highly niche down, you are going to have competition. So that makes marketing critical to the success of your business. I was asked in an interview recently how to help people understand that marketing isn't a nice to have, it's a must have. And my answer to the statement came from a very simple concept. I want you to think about where you shop. Who do you buy from and who do you follow? Now think about, how did you find those places? Odds are you didn't just stumble across a store. Yes, that can happen. Or I know you didn't just sign up for a coach by accident. The people you buy from marketed themselves to you to grow their base. I mean, if you think about it, Amazon, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, and Walmart, and Target, and every other big billion-dollar store out there didn't just throw it up there and hope people found it. They marketed the hell out of their business. Jeff Bezos didn't reach billions of dollars and have billions of people buying from him on a hope and a prayer. He did it by using marketing, especially digital marketing, to his advantage. So many coaches and entrepreneurs don't prioritize their marketing because they think of it as something nice to have or a bonus. I hear a lot of, when I make X amount of money, then I'll invest in marketing. Reality is if you aren't investing in marketing now, you're not making X amount of money, because if they don't know who you are, they don't know who you serve, and they don't know how to find you, they can't buy from you. I actually had a client come to me in late August, early September. He had spent his entire business building his business by word of mouth and by referrals. And then COVID hit. So 2021 and 2020 have been a huge struggle for him. In the past, he would average about 30 to 50,000 a month. However, since COVID, he was lucky to make 15K a month. Because he had built his business by word of mouth, when COVID hit, people stopped referring to him. Other people had other ideas of what people needed to spend money on. So he wasn't getting the referrals or the word of mouth traffic that he had in the past. So while he was able to get by on what he was bringing in, he wasn't happy with where his business was when he came to me. He wasn't growing anymore. In August, he decided to reach out to us for help. We created a multi-tier marketing strategy for him and all of the assets that go along with the strategy. And then we began to implement that strategy. In October, this included paid traffic. However, it went beyond just paid traffic. We had email marketing included in there. We had a funnel built out, all of the different pieces of marketing so that he was really getting those contacts through beyond word of mouth. I just had a call with him recently, and he closed November at $34,000. That was twice what he closed October at. This process illustrates that marketing will considerably help you grow your business. It will grow your business faster and easier than you could ever imagine. My client doubled his revenue in just 60 days. And this is the power of marketing when you understand that marketing is more than just throwing up an ad or just doing an email or relying on word of mouth. Marketing is an essential piece to your business. It is not a want to have or like to have. It is a critical component to growing your business, increasing your revenue, and scaling your impact.
Thank you for listening to the Marketing Matchmaker podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear your feedback. Please head over to iTunes and leave a review so we can hear from you. And if you are a coach, consultant, or online course creator who are looking to grow your business, increase your income, and scale your impact, connect with me at yourmarketingmatchmaker.com. I look forward to hearing from you.